Hello and welcome to Gatekeeper Media's coverage of the 2021 Jonesboro Open. I'm Nate Perkins, joined here today with Brian Earhart. We're here in Northeast Arkansas for the home of the third Disc Golf Pro Tour event of the season. The Disc Side of Heaven, Brian, par 64 pushing 10,000 feet. What do you have to say about this course?
You know, it looks like a distance-heavy course, but the thing I really like about this track is it really does blend that aggressive shot-shaping distance with the strategic placement golf that we have, all over the tour. I think this is an awesome track where big arms do have an advantage, but depending on the wind, anybody can shoot amazing out here, and we had beautiful conditions for day one.
We sure did. Yeah, usually we're used to a little bit of wind here. We're here in the springtime, here on these rolling hills. There's quite a bit of elevation out here.
Yes, and being able to play the wind off that elevation is a huge deal out here. Disc selection and just shot-making selection in general is extremely important out here. And we have a card of players that are very unique. They're all very differing styles.
They are all different styles, and they have all played well here in the past. Of course, we have Eagle McMahon, Pro Tour champion this year, taking that first Pro Tour victory out in Las Vegas. We've got Eric Oakley, who actually had his best career Pro Tour finish here at Jonesboro in 2018.
Yeah, and then we have Andrew Presnell, who also has notched an incredible finish, I think getting fourth place at this event as well. And Presnell is, to me, the embodiment of that placement style of golf. Very, very strategic. He throws a mid-range an incredibly long way. We've seen that green drone come out of his bag multiple times. So yeah, another amazing player. And then we have Alden Harris, who is a newer face to the tour, but did win the Music City Open last year over a huge field of players. Generally known as a technical hyzer flip woods player, has huge distance and is going to really be attacking this course with some aggression, I believe. The thing to note about Alden's play style on this track, he has a very aggressive hyzer spin putt that might pose a problem on some of these sloped greens that we have.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can make the adjustment and keep the disc off the tray here. And here we are, folks. Welcome to the Round 1 Front 9 coverage of the 2021 Jonesboro Open, presented by Play It Again Sports and Prodigy Disc. Brian Earhart here, joined by Nate Perkins. This is the third stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Yeah, Brian. Par 64, pushing 10,000 feet. The Disc Side of Heaven. What a track.
Absolutely beautiful track, and I think it's looked better than it's ever looked. The grass is beautifully mowed. The fairways look absolutely gorgeous when the sunlight crests over these rolling hills here. And our card is just going to be super entertaining to watch today. 4 differing play styles: Eagle McMahon, Eric Oakley, Andrew Presnell, Alden Harris. This is a course where that distance control comes heavily into play. You can't just bomb hyzers out here. Hole number 1, 450 feet, perfect example of this. This is a huge shot. It says 450, and most pros can throw 450, but this is a shaped 450-foot golf shot. Too much nose up, you're stalling out. Too much nose down, you're flipping over. Eagle has a huge advantage here, being able to probably slow down a bit.
Yeah, it's 450, and like you said, you have to shape it. You kind of have this hill in front of you where it drops down, goes up, and then drops down again. So there's a ton of airspace below the disc. If you get the angle wrong at all, it likes to kind of exaggerate that miss.
Little hyzer out of the hand for Eagle. That's drifting into that right bunker. Pushes through. This might be one he might try to lay up to start the round. We've seen quite a few rollaways on these sloped greens, and Eric plays very well out here.
Yeah, he popped off early in his career in 2018 here, taking third.
Similar shot to Eagle, a little bit too much drift at the high speed.
There's just enough left to right out there today. That was a pretty common result during round one. I saw a lot of discs look like they started off on a good angle and just kind of drift over into that right side bunker.
And I think Andrew being able to see the first two drives do what they did, we'll see if he can make a correction and maybe throw it a little bit higher. You really wonder if there's some sort of wind pocket out there that you're not seeing, and the moment the disc pushes over on turn, that crosswind, like you were saying, might shove it down. Alden has a throw that might actually benefit him on this shot. He throws with a lot more nose up than the rest of these players, probably being someone who plays in the woods quite a bit. And he was going hard hyzer out of the hand, kind of an inside-out hyzer.
A little bit of a misfire, I would say. I think he wanted to start that a few degrees further to the left.
And he's starting his round already having to go to that patent-pending step-out stance.
Oh, what a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
That's a difficult shot to attempt on your second shot of the round out here.
And there really isn't a lot of out of bounds out here. There is a lot of natural bunkers created by some of these beautiful mature trees and the underbrush underneath those trees. And Presnell got up to a decent spot. He has kind of a loftier putt. He might be able to go for this risk-free.
A lot of putts out here on kind of a gentle slope. Presnell forced to go to kind of a straddle here.
Oh. Just off the tray. A 3 on this hole is totally fine. Not really losing you any strokes in the field. An eagle a little bit closer than I thought he was. Got all the way up the hill to almost pin high. Let's see that again. And you saw he put a little bit of nose up Anheuser out of the hand to just soften the blow a little bit in case he does hit metal and roll.
And that's kind of what he's been doing from that distance. I mean, I love, he 2 years ago, he committed to that putt with no jumping. He doesn't jump at all anymore. Even from 90 feet, he'll still just do that. He'll just put a little bit more Annie, a little bit more nose up.
And it's building that subconscious tempo control in the process as well.
All right, hole 2, par 4, 820 feet. We do have a gap off the tee, maybe 20 feet across, and you need to push and get left. This second shot is huge. You need distance off the tee if you want to score here on hole 2.
Yeah, this is what we would call a push hyzer. You got to throw something a little flippier than you want. On a hard hyzer that doesn't get to swing wide, Eagle has actually pushed his to kind of a sludge spot in the fairway, so to speak.
Yeah, he pushed it a little too straight. I don't think that he wanted as much flip up as he got. It got to the ground so fast, Brian.
Eric looks like he's going enforcer there. That looks like a better line.
Yeah, it does.
And that's an Andrew Presnell 2021 force, I believe. Beautiful stability out of the hand.
Needs to get further left.
That's way up there. He should have a great shot for birdie as well. And that is crushed.
Oh, did it go that far? He didn't put any effort into it. That's fantastic to see from the young Alden. And Eagle is lining up a backside hyzer. He must be pretty out of position if this is his optimal play. This is a huge shot.
Uphill run up, uneven footing. Oh my goodness. And
gosh.
we'll see how far up there he got. He might have a shot for birdie. That is at least 450 feet of hyzer power uphill. And from the unsure footing, Eric throws something a little glidier out of his hand. Not a bad decision. He'll take an easy up and down for a 4, I believe.
Oh, that needs to check up. There's a barbed wire fence over there left.
Looks like he's safe. That's a common mistake on the second shot. It's so much more uphill than you think, and it makes the disc fly that much more overstable.
It's uphill and it's low ceiling. And look at this. Oh, and that was just a foot too high. He had the angle, nearly had it all right there. But yeah, it's uphill and you have to get below that branch. It's a very specific approach.
No problem for Presnell. Yeah, this is a pretty challenging hole, averaged to 4.02, so eagle putting for birdie from this giant hyzer. What an advantage it is to have that speed.
Oh my, Brian, back to back. Nearly the same distance, maybe a few steps closer, and so much control. That is perfect pace.
You hit the nail on the head with that. Like, I really love this slower, smoother tempo on his putt that he's had. And it's just going to only benefit him more in the future. His percentages of bad luck are going to go down. And just his overall control from all distances. Fantastic putt. Hole number 3, 435-foot par 3, low ceiling, downhill, then back uphill, OB all down the left side. There is room out to the right for a righty to throw a flex shot. I'm guessing Eagle's going to go control driver here.
Yeah, he's going FD2 here.
Oh.
Circle 2 keeps the dream alive.
Yeah, that was affected a little bit more by that crosswind than I think he thought. It's only about 5 to 10 miles an hour out there right now, but it's just enough to affect the disc if you're a little bit off.
Oh, yeah, same with Eric's. Just getting slammed.
And we're not hearing wind blowing, you know, it doesn't feel that vicious out there. But
Yeah, there is an OB fence to the left, so the right side really is the side that you want to miss on.
definitely. Huh. 3 similar shots out of our players. Alden has the advantage of being able to correct on that. A lot higher hyzer out of the hand from Alden. This looks good.
Wow, he's got plenty of speed, Brian.
Oh yeah, that was a pure hyzer to the basket. That was fantastic.
Let's
Oh.
go. Is that good, Eric Oakley?
And we're going to rewind that one as well. Again, another beautiful just drop it in the basket trajectory. A little bit weak side. That's going to be a nice momentum boost for Eric. And here's Eagle again from circle 2. Let's see if he can make good on his third. Close.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I mean, he's only 8 feet past the pin.
There's that beautiful spin putt from Alden. That's his first birdie of the round.
Shout out to Discmania. They support me incredibly. I don't know what I'd do without them. Grip equipment, great disc golf bags. Love representing them. Huck Lab, Whale Sacks. So all those guys are awesome. And last shout out, shameless plug, go subscribe to Eagles Vlogs. We're doing some practice rounds, some more casual vlogs throughout the season, so you won't want to miss it.
All right, hole 4, par 4, 630. This is one of the gaps right here on the right. Huge hyzer, takes at least 450 feet of power. There is a low ceiling straight shot. Looks like Eric is going with that right side hyzer. Is he chipping that in front of the tree?
You know, I
Oh,
don't.
He's pushing that.
I don't think so, just because of the fact that the only OB are these tree bunkers that are in the middle of the fairway. You can go as far right as you want on this hole, actually. And Alden might have snuck through. I couldn't quite see exactly where that ended up in the fairway, but I believe he's safe. And this is lining up perfectly for Eagles' hyzer power.
Yeah. He could nearly get to the pin if he hit it nose down.
You are not joking with that. Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh.
That's the longest drive I've ever seen on this hole. This hole's 630.
It's 630. He's within 100. And there's a tree right off the pad that keeps you from shaping one left or right. You have to hit it all hyzer if you choose that right side.
So you have to throw something with a little bit of flip at the high speed. And Presnell has
no.
landed in one of the bunkers, unfortunately.
That is really unfortunate. It's hard to find those. This is totally one of those bomb and scramble holes.
Yeah. Alden throws a beautiful putter shot. He's about 20 from the basket for birdie. Eric with a beautiful chip sidearm as well. He's going to be parked underneath the basket for his bird.
It's a good one to be close on. Elevated, and there is OB left and long of this pin.
And
Oh, no. That's not the putt you want to leave yourself with. He's going to be looking straight at the OB. Ton of airspace behind the chains.
that looks like it's less than 100
just
feet from
jumped.
the basket.
He was 80 feet away, Brian.
Oh, the perks of throwing 80 to 90 miles an hour. Awesome par save from Presnell.
Clutch putt. Wow. That's what he does. He makes putts.
Oh, he makes long putts as well, and that's keeping him in the game right now. He's going to stay even through 4. Here's Alden for his second birdie in a row.
Just right down to that left hip. Really commits to that hinge.
Just low. Eric with an easy birdie. And speaking of easy birdies, that is a tap in from Eagle after a soft jump putt approach. Moving into number 5, 495-foot par 3. This is a hole where power and control can really benefit you. There's OB on the whole right side. There's OB right before the basket as well. You have to make a decision, lay up or run the birdie. Eric is going to be laying up here.
Yeah, this is a separator hole for sure. I would say only 10 to 20% of the field even considers attacking this green.
It's very wind contingent.
I mean, if Eagle's not attacking it,
Yeah. There was a slight wind on the hole that was coming and going, and it just doesn't feel worth it to a lot of the players in this field. The hole averaged a 3.23 on the day. Alden playing a huge hyzer.
That was pushing the creek.
Yeah, and he's going to be easy up and down for a 3 there. Yeah. It's kind of what I figured. I was thinking maybe Eagle would go for it, but
Yeah.
again, with him really relying on that hyzer flip for distance, it's kind of a tough choice to make in this wind.
He just hyzered like 50 feet further on the previous hole uphill, and this is slightly downhill.
Yeah,
he
he
could
could've
almost
gone
get there
around.
all hyzer.
And is that a tactic out of his hand?
That's right.
A little bit deep. He's going to be 35
wow.
from the basket.
Yeah, you'd rather miss long on this one. There is OB short and right.
And Alden is just playing catch out here. That almost dropped in for a 2. It's just such a beautiful stroke. I don't even know if I have other words to give it. You know, he's called himself the best putter in the world numerous times on social media and different YouTube videos, and he is proving it right now.
Yeah, third circle 2 putt of the round.
Presnell gets another par. He is staying afloat, moving into a pretty scoreable stretch of the course. Holes 1 through 5 on this track are pretty tough, and if you can even get a couple birdies in this stretch, you are sitting in a good spot.
Since it was released, the Halo Wraith has been my primary driver. These discs are so juicy. It's firm, it's got a nice flight plate. I really love the plastic. The Wraith's just like a disc that everyone needs. It's the perfect combination of distance and control. Looks great, flies even better.
So we are back, and now after 5 holes, we have some pretty solid scores. And like I had said, the first 5 holes of this course are very challenging, and we have a couple players that are shooting some decent rounds so far.
Yeah, Eagle McMahon with 3 circle 2 putts. Here we are, hole 6, par 3 island hole, one of the signature holes on the property. It's right in front of you, but it gets breezy out here.
It does.
You're throwing over some water. We've got some left to right here that's going to make these players think.
Eric with a really clean looking forehand here. That's his bread and butter shot. Yeah, there was a little crosswind, and he sawed this off.
No.
Oh, that's out of bounds for Eagle.
What a misfire.
And I love this play from Alden, fighting the crosswind and just throwing something hard on hyzer. Presnell's going to do the same thing with a drone. And you wouldn't expect Eagle McMahon to mess up a 300-foot sidearm, but happens to the best of us. Get in. Whew, a little bit low from Alden. He's going to move to 2 under par. He's sitting in a good spot right now to make a big push. Presnell is on the board.
Yeah, you know, typically you par the first 5 holes, you start to question your round. But out here, as you said, the first 5 are difficult. I mean, hole 1, 450, hole 2, 800-foot par 4.
3, 435 low ceiling.
Yeah, 500-footer that no one's going for, you know?
Oh, and now we move into the stretch. We have hole 6. The players, you know, had a pretty solid run on, and now number 7, another scoreable par 4. 615. You just really have to pick a side with a power hyzer. Are you going to go left of this middle tree or right? That is really the only bunker here.
I really think the difficulty in this hole, Brian, is the tee pad. The tee pad is uphill, slightly uphill, and there's not quite enough space to get the run up you want. Mm-hmm. And just that last step kind of comes at you just a little bit sooner than you expect, and you kind of have to get that extra pop with your upper body to get the distance you need.
Yeah, it's definitely, you mentioned the pop with the upper body, and I also see, you know, uphill tee pads, you really have to make sure you're using your legs to even just power up this tee pad. You saw Presnell really get some of his momentum taken out from under him. Still gets a decent drive up to the left. That's more important than how far you go on this hole.
Yeah, you got to pick a side. You got to be left of that center tree or way right of it. Wow.
And Eagle might opt to go.
What?
Oh, and he did hit that middle tree. Let's take a quick look at Eagle's form.
Jeez. Look at this dip.
His
Look how far he dips.
His extension is so clean, dictated by the lower body. That was a huge drive, and if he had the room to finish that flight, it would have gone another 50 to 100 feet.
Eric is pretty short of where he's probably used to throwing this upshot from. Doesn't matter. What a shot. Getting underneath that low ceiling guardian tree.
Oh, a left to right shot? I'll just take a drone out of my bag. Very special disc from Presnell that I never, it never ceases to amaze me when he throws that thing. A little bit short on this particular shot.
Oh no, and Alden just pushes it too straight. He had the angle, just started it a little bit too far left. And I'm curious to see what Eagle has here. Okay, so he's a little on the right side. He's going to have to...
Was he trying to go with the tilt?
You know, I actually don't know what that disc is that he's throwing.
You know, we saw him try to rely on the tilt pretty heavily in Waco, and it really did not pay off for him in round 1. And you wonder if he is still trying to throw it. Alden just misses his long putt.
Oh, and he was before the barbed wire, too. What a tricky little putt.
Yeah.
Especially for Prez. He starts it so
super low. And he just hasn't been able to quite give himself the comfortable looks for birdie yet. He's been having to hit a lot of longer putts to even stay afloat this round. And Eric moves to 4 under par through 7. That is a great spot to be.
Eagle after 3 through 5, he's going to be 2 through 7. I mean, he's giving up 3 strokes on these last 2 holes.
On 2 holes that really suit the way he throws extremely well. So definitely a bit of a mistake there for him.
hole 8, par 3, 324. Perfectly placed pin here with the natural bunker. Right hand, forehand hyzer is a common play, but you have to push this past that group of trees on the right. The basket is blind.
We had kind of a tail right to left, so you have to almost trust throwing your shot towards the bunker and then get shoved by that wind. You see Alden's and Eric's get kind of shoved down.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was playing tough for the forehand. I mean, Alden not really known to throw the forehand, and even he opts for it. Such a tough backhand shot. Prezi has the angle.
And that's a putter out of Presnell's hand. That is fantastic.
That's such a technical shot right there.
Yes, that is exactly the type of forehand you need with that wind. He jammed it tight to that right side, and it pushed it forward the entire way.
That was a glow FD3 from Eagle. Stop.
Sit down.
No.
Oh, that is so stupid.
Oh, I mean, he was an inch low.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and he was an inch low on that one too, Brian.
Unfortunate break for Eric. And Alden does miss as well. This is just what happens when you have these elevated baskets on these slopes. It just makes the miss that much more risky.
Just lifted a little too much there uphill into a slight breeze.
And that will be the first blemish of Eric's card. Unfortunate bogey on hole number 8. He is still 3 down through 8 holes, which is still a good pace to be going at. There's a lot more scoring to be done out here. And moving into number 9, this is one of the more tricky par 4s here. We have a tight gap off the tee that pushes left to this landing zone, and then an even tougher second shot up and over the hill, down to the left with a beautiful mature tree guarding it on the right. And I
What?
have never seen that line before. Eagle goes wide power hyzer, utilizing the fact that there is no OB out there. And that is prime positioning.
I love Alden's throw. I mean,
Super
really
compact.
smooth.
Really snaps the disc on that nose up hyzer so well.
Cannot believe that Eagle went right of that tree. That is not an option.
Yeah, it's still not an option.
Yeah.
And Presnell with another force. Great positioning as well.
He's gonna be flat. That's a good spot right there.
Yeah.
Some undulations in this fairway. If you're on a little slope, it makes that approach that much more difficult.
A little left, but
And there is a gap on the left side. It's a little rough and a little tighter to get through, but if you are where Eric is, you have that option of pushing through that. And this is Eagle. We'll see where he is. It actually might give him an open forehand look.
Wow, you're not
Nate,
kidding. This is crazy. He just has a hyzer forehand
Sit
into
down.
the pin.
that is
He's totally breaking the hole
course
apart.
maintenance. If you, or yeah, for sure. I can't believe that. That is some serious like course management. I said maintenance, but I definitely meant management there. hopefully the TDs see that and cut that side of the fairway off for him.
Yeah, they did make a Mando for Simon on hole 11. Now they might have to make one for the bird on hole 9. Oh, no.
And that's the thing. That's
Kind of the play. You push that right side tree and you hope that it slows you down a little bit, and it just didn't there for Eric.
because that's the challenge of the hole. You know, a lot of the drives land where the other 3 players do, and then you have this guardian tree kind of blocking you from coming in. And I applaud the creativity from Eagle. I love that. Aggressive run from Eric. He's going to be still 20-25 from the basket.
And Eagle was still looking for his disc. No.
Another long putt from Presnell. Just one of those rounds. Can't put it within 20.
And there's just a lot of airspace behind the chains on this one. You're kind of looking down that hill.
And they called that a par. I don't think we missed one.
No, I don't think so.
I believe that was a 3. Because he is back to 4 under par for the round.
Eric with a tester comebacker.
Eric is just fine with that par. Eric fully aware that he looks like a referee.
I didn't want to say it just in case he was going for something else, but
That's what he
he's
was
going
going
for. Okay, cool.
As Alden taps in his par.
This is a treat to watch, Brian.
There you have it. The front 9 is over, and Eagle, with the one blemish on hole number 6, is still 4 under par for the round, and we move into a very scoreable section of the course. And every player on this card has a possibility to shoot well. Casey White, yet again, shooting another fantastic round.
He's having a great season.
He's having a great season. I'm Brian Earhart. He's Nate Perkins. Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube, and we will catch you for the back 9.